Hey, good morning, Josh.
Good morning, man. How are you doing?
I am well. I am well. Waiting for the weather to turn. It's
hmm
supposed to, you know, up and down, up and down.
Well,
So
it's Wednesday, so that's
it
pretty much what
is.
happens every Wednesday for us.
It is. So, well, I'm really excited about today. We're hoping to kind of expand our awareness of our ministry partners and help people to better understand what they do and how our folks can be involved through
Right.
prayer and obviously through their consistent giving, but also maybe a chance to volunteer and put their hands to the work. And one of the local ministries that we partner with is entitled "Win Women in Need," and a lot of folks, may not know what that is, and hopefully, there's a lot of folks that don't have a need of knowing what that is. But we're going to kind of introduce this ministry today. And it kind of has a soft spot in my heart because when I was 10 years old, I was a frontline, right in the middle of it, domestic violence event witnesser. And quite truthfully, it's one of the most vivid memories I have from my childhood. So, um, family violence and all that entails it's a terrible thing. It's a damaging thing and can be a very, very deadly thing. And so this is real in our world, even if it's not something we personally engage or experience. And so I'm really excited about today and getting to learn a little bit more about Win and sharing it with our people, and also looking forward to being a little more intimately involved
Mhm.
here locally.
Yeah, we've supported Win for a number of years, but something we're going to try this year that Jimmy mentioned is is try to kind of put some faces to names and get to know some of these partners a little bit better. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and bring on uh, JillAnn Gamble, and she is with Win. Good morning, JillAnn. How are you doing?
Hi, good morning, pastors. How are you?
We are
We're
great.
good.
We're
Thank
we're
you for
so
being
glad.
with us.
Yeah, we're so glad
Oh,
you're with
thanks for
us.
having us.
And
For
you
me.
are, I know you're kind of the outreach and engagement coordinator for Win,
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken. And if you
Right.
would you introduce yourself? Just let us know kind of how long you've been with Win and kind of what you do there.
Certainly. My name's JillAnn Gamble, and I came on the scene with Women in Need in October, so I've only been here a few months. And my role as outreach and engagement is to build relationships, like with the two of you and Authentic Life. It it's just amazing. And Pastor Jimmy, thank you so much for sharing a little bit of your personal story, because it's unbelievable how many people are affected by domestic violence or intimate partner violence. And they say 1 in 4 women in their lifetime will be a victim of it.
Mm,
And then 7 in 12 men will
mm,
be victim of it. So just think, I mean, that almost leaves everyone to at least have witnessed it or been, a bystander. So that's a lot of people, and it takes an entire community to wrap our arms around these victims and give them courage and hope, which is part of what WIN does. A lot of people that are familiar with us think we're only a shelter, but we are a comprehensive nonprofit agency that offers comprehensive services to women and families or men. Men are the abuse victims sometimes.
mm.
So we provide services such as legal advocacy, client advocacy, the emergency shelter, but we also, a big part of what we do is prevention education.
Mm.
We have education specialists that go out into the Hunt, the I've gone blank, Rockwall and Rains County schools, 6th through
Okay.
12th grades, and also the college at TAMUC, and teach kids how to identify red flags in relationships, so that if we begin educating our youth on what a healthy relationship looks and feels like, then they'll be able to recognize that. And they'll also know the resources that they can reach out to if they find themselves or a loved one in an unhealthy relationship. So in a nutshell, kind of what we do.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that was going to be my next question. What does WIN do? And I see, it's good to hear that that you guys are focused on prevention as well, because we all know that obviously the reaction to the things are important, but if you can prevent these things from happening and never get to that point, that's important. And you guys mentioned, so you serve Hunt, Rains, and Rockwell County. Is that correct? Okay, and I knew about Hunt and Rockwell. I wasn't sure about Rains, but
we've just started moving into Rains County.
Okay.
And it's interesting you mentioned it's not nearly as high as percentage, but there are occasions where men are in need of helpful partnerships, and
absolutely.
I'm glad that someone's there, because I've never heard of a group specifically for men, because we don't think of it that way as often. But you guys are here to help people who are experiencing domestic issues.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome. That's good stuff. So let me ask you the second question.
Okay.
What are some of the greatest challenges that WIN faces?
Gosh, nonprofits, and I'm sure your church as well, has really struggled through the last 19 to 24 months with the pandemic. And so with the pandemic comes stress, whether it's stress from unemployment, stress from being housed during the shutdown altogether, in a close proximity. But a report that we get from Greenville law enforcement agencies says that there were 403 cases of domestic violence incidents reported in 2020 from July to October. And then in 2021, for that same amount of time, there were like 570. It was a 43% increase. And so, whether it's prices going up due to inflation and supply chain demands and all of that, it creates stress in our families with students that are out of school due to the pandemic. It creates stress on the moms and the dads, and stress is the number one contributing factor in domestic violence. So that has been a real struggle, because not only have we taken on 40% more clients, the prices have increased to deliver those services. And we've been short-staffed. We've struggled with staffing in 2021. When I came on in October, they had just also named an executive director 2 weeks prior to my coming. We had some change up. Jeff Landers, that used to be director of prevention education, is now director of prevention education and finance manager, because the finance manager of many years retired. And so there's been just a lot of changes, and it kind of came at the worst time of year, leading up to our biggest fundraiser that's going to be on February 12th, which is Chocolate Indulgence. If you follow us on social media, you've seen a lot of the posts. But it just has created, when you have new staff in place, and for me, outreach, I don't have those developed relationships yet. I'm not from this area. And so, those are kind of been the struggles, the increase in clients with the increase in delivering those services, staff changes, and just getting out in the community and getting to know our community partners.
So how can we as a church, obviously leadership, but also as just the members, how can Authentic Life better serve WIN? How can we help you guys?
Oh, wow. That it's just so generous. Your servant heart is so generous. And, one way, we have our resale shops and then our boutique in Rockwall. You can donate things there. Not only are you donating things for us to resell, 40% of our operating budget here at WIN that keeps us operating, paying salaries, things like that, 40% of that annual budget comes from those resale shops.
Oh, wow.
So people may think that that doesn't make much money or it all goes into overhead costs, but that's not true. We have long-term deals on the properties that we rent for these stores that are just unbelievably inexpensive. And so probably 80 to 85% of the funds raised through those stores come into Win and provide 40% of our operating budget.
And
so
where are all those stores located? If
they are
people don't know.
Sure. We have a Greenville resale shop, Commerce, Quinlan, and then the Rockwall we call a boutique because it has a lot of designer things. And so those are the 4 places. And, you know, the gals that run those stores are just unbelievable. And so if you can go visit one of those and purchase something, that money comes into our pockets. Or if you have donations, you know, for us to turn around and sell, or the women in our shelters, the families in our shelters also get to go in and shop for anything they need at any time, up to a year after they leave the shelter. In establishing their home, sometimes we get some great furniture donations. They can go in there and shop and it costs them nothing. So they get to set up their new homes.
And those are all the My Sister's Closets? Is that what they're called, or what are they called?
Yes, My Sister's Closets. In our new rebranding, you're going to be seeing more MSC. But My Sister's Closet, MSC.
My wife is not only familiar with all 4 locations, but frequents them.
Yay!
we are not only contributors, we are purchasers. And, my granddaughter is completely fascinated, for whatever reason, with the restroom at the Greenville location. Because it's not open to the public, but every time she goes with her Gigi, you know, she miraculously needs to potty.
Oh, she gets the private bathroom.
Yes, yes.
I have to check that out. I've not checked it out yet.
Yeah, and you know, it's a great place to donate. You know, especially here in Greenville, it's convenient. And every time I've been there, the team that works the donation portal have been just super kind. You know, so it's a great place, and I can't recommend enough visiting all 4 of them because you get different stuff, different types of stuff, and you just never know what you might stumble across. There's a lot of treasures.
There are. That's another.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say another way that you can help is by volunteering with our rebranding project that we're going to unveil at the Chocolate Indulgence on February 12th. We're also relaunching our volunteer program. And it's going to be much more robust, much more opportunity. And so whether it's administrative skills you have or carpentry, it doesn't matter. We will put you to work. And so
we were privileged to be a part pre-COVID with a room remodel.
Yes.
There. And our ladies were the point on it. And they raved over it. So, you know, that might be, you know, an opportunity going forward too. So
absolutely.
We've heard you mention a few times the Chocolate Indulgence event here, about 3.5, 4 weeks away.
Yes.
Can you help us understand what that is, where it is, and where we can connect with it?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. It is on February 12th. From 6 to 9 p.m. The venue is Hidden Creek in Heath, Texas, and it is our largest fundraiser of the year. There will be a live auction, a silent auction. There will be a big reveal, which will be our rebranding project. When I came on, I just felt like we needed a little bit of a facelift and rejuvenation, you know, Botox, if you will. Right. So we're going to unveil that. There's also going to be some new features like a liquid nitrogen ice cream bar with 3 different flavors of chocolate, a hot chocolate bar, a photo booth, and a magician mentalist that's going to be working the crowd for us during the auction. So there'll be a lot of excitement, a lot of great auction prizes. So you can come out and bid. There's going to be some bidding opportunities online. So be sure and watch our Facebook. And all the money raised goes back into women in need, of course. And then the tickets are $150 for individuals and $225 for couples. And there are also still some sponsorship packages available. Or if you have an auction item you would like to donate, we certainly will continue to receive those up until the week of the event.
Okay. And we can connect with you online. I'm actually looking at the website here.
Yes.
I was going to paste the link, but it's being weird. And then we can find you on Facebook as well.
Yes. At I think it's Win in TX, capital WIN, capital IN, capital T, capital X on Facebook, or Women in Need.
Josh, what we'll do is, I'll make sure to get links for all these things and make them easy for our folks. So
awesome.
Well, great. Well, it's great to meet you, and welcome to Greenville.
Thank you.
And all that entails. One of the things I'd like to extend to you is we have a monthly ministerial meeting here. And ours is actually Tuesday at 9:30 here at Authentic Life.
Okay.
And if you'd like to come and meet, some local pastors, bring some material with you, we can obviously disperse that. We'd love to have you if your schedule would allow.
Oh, I would love it. I would love it. Thank you so much for that invitation.
Yeah, and I'll send you an email just so you have it in writing. But we appreciate you. And if that one doesn't work out, we do it every month. So just let us know and we can fit you in. But this one would be nice because it's before the event. So maybe we can get some info out to churches and stuff. But we're so glad you took the time to be with us today. And, we'll make sure to get this out to our people. And we are excited about being partners with WIN for the many years that we've been, and we're excited about the future. So we appreciate you guys so much. Well.
Now, can I introduce you to someone that I could not achieve any part of my job without?
Yes, definitely.
The assistant, and his name is Franco.
Oh, okay. Must be very small.
He is.
Very small.
Oh, there we go.
This is my trusty assistant, Franco. And I think I just woke him up from a nap. So.
Hi there, Franco.
Well, very nice to meet you both. Please stay well. And we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, Josh, that's a great place. Great people doing great things. And we can find creative ways, but some ways we can do is, if you can go to the indulgence event, if you have goods of any type, they can donate down at WIN. And like she said, it's profitable for them. It also might actually go into the hands and the home of a family trying to make a new start. So there's a lot of great ways to be a part.
And just like your wife, go shop there as well.
That's right. Go spend that money.
There's lots of places, but you go there and the money's going to a good place supporting a good cause. So it's you get good stuff, and your money is going somewhere good.
That's right, going right here at home. So
and some of your gifts, your tithes, a portion of that goes to WIN as well. Right. So we try to support them as much as we can.
That's correct. That's correct. Well, this has been great, and we hope this is encouraging to all of our ALF family. And we just look forward to pulling the fabric a little tighter with our ministry partners and just trying to make as big a difference as we can to as many people as we can. So, all right. Well, Josh, thank you for lining this up for us. And I look forward to doing this more often. It's a wonderful platform, and it's wonderful to get to meet like-minded, like-hearted people here in our community. So we'll say goodbye, and we'll see you guys soon.
See you guys. Bye.